Okay, it being 6 o'clock on April 7th, I call the Finance and Capital Public Hearing meeting to order. First order, I'm going to read this from Governor Baker pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general law, chapter 30A, subsection 18, and the governor's March 15, 2020 order concerning imposition of strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. Meeting in the town of Oxford will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. We will strive to provide access to such meetings via a link to call in or other similar option. In the event we are unable to accommodate the same, despite best efforts, we will post recorded sessions of the meeting as soon as possible following same. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure the public can adequately address the proceedings. I'll call for a roll call.
Mr. Yule.
Yes, present.
Mr. Bacon.
Present.
Ms. Mazeka.
Present.
O'Neill.
Present.
Ms. Casey.
Present.
Okay, first order of business is to approve the minutes of the March 31st meeting. No, we don't want to do that, right? We want to call the public meeting to order first. Okay, all right. This is a little different tonight because we're going to hear the capital request. So from the capital improvement program. So the capital public meeting I'll call to order. The vote on a public hearing, we'll have roll call again. A motion.
So moved.
Do I hear a second? Call the meeting.
Second.
Okay.
Mr. Yule.
Yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Casey.
Yes.
Okay, and now for public input, will anybody that wants to make a comment at the end of that, at the end of each of these items that we're going to be voting on, you need your name, your address, or your position or department. Each item will be, and we'll list each item by funding source. So the first item on the capital improvement program for fiscal 2022 is the DPW request for road repair and restoration of public. It's for $500,000 and it will be coming out of the tax levy for 2022. This is to augment the money that the state gives us each year because it's not sufficient to maintain the roads in their current position, in their current condition. So do I hear a motion to approve the $500,000 for road repair and restoration and public safety engineering for 2022, $500,000 coming out of taxation? Do I hear a motion to approve that?
So moved.
So moved.
Okay. Second, all right. Vote?
Mr. Yule.
Yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay, out of free cash, these items that I'll be referencing all will be coming out of free cash. The first item is for $570,000 for the building improvement fund. This fund is for 2022 to source monies that are needed during 2022 to improve buildings as needed. So do I hear a motion to approve the $570,000 to go into the building fund, improvement fund? If there's any discussion, any input, none, do I hear a motion? Motion. Roger makes the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second. Second.
Okay. Joan, I think seconded. All right.
Mr. Yule.
Yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
The next item is the Leicester Street Bridge rehabilitation from the DPW, and that's going to be for $565,000. Again, it's coming out of free cash. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second, Roger. Okay.
Second.
Mr. Yule.
Yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
The next item is a DPW request for facilities van for $40,000. Do I hear a motion to approve that request?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
No comments? Then I'll take roll.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill? Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is the Department of Public Works for the Oxford Public School parking lots. Crack ceiling for $50,000, again, to come out of free cash. Do I hear a motion to approve that request for $50,000 for the Oxford Public School parking lots?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is again from the Department of Public Works for two gravity zero turn lawnmowers for $22,000. So do I hear a motion to approve that request for $22,000 for the zero turn lawnmowers?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Casey?
Yes.
The next item is from the Emergency Services and Fire for car 3 replacement for $78,000. Do I hear a motion to approve the request from the Fire and Emergency Service Department for car replacement number 3 for $78,000 from free cash?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Casey?
Yes.
The next item is for public access for a playback system, for installation of a playback system for $40,000.
So moved.
Do I hear a
Move to
second?
accept.
Okay, second.
Second.
Any discussion on that item for free cash for $40,000 for the public access playback system? If not, do I hear?
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Casey?
Yes.
The next item is from the police department for a dispatch control, council control system for $146,000. Coming out of free cash. Do I hear a motion to approve the police department request for the control council for $146,000 replacement?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion, if none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is from the police department to do a technology upgrade of $35,000. Do I hear a motion to approve that $35,000 request from the police department?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any comments on that item? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill? Ms. O'Neill?
Sorry, my mute thing was being dumb. Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Casey?
Can I abstain on this one? I'm not sure that I recall what this was about, actually. Abstain?
Sure.
Sure. I mean, it had to do with the radar detection systems on the cars.
Okay.
But, okay, Ms. Casey is abstained. Town hall inspection vehicle is the next request for $26,000. Do I hear a motion to approve that request for a town hall inspection vehicle?
So moved.
So moved.
Second then.
Okay, any discussion on that item? If
This
none,
is, I just
Go
want
ahead.
to confirm, this is the inspection vehicle. So basically the inspector wouldn't be putting mileage on their car. I just want to confirm
Yep.
I think that's what it is, but I just want to make
Yeah.
sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. Thank you.
it's, if you have any questions, all this stuff is here and then the backup, what's approved and what's not funded is in the yellow on your sheets.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, but that's correct. So
Awesome.
where are we at? We've already had a second on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Lawrence.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is Town Hall document scanning and destruction for $43,000. So do I hear a motion to approve that $43,000 request for document scanning and destruction?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any comments, discussion on that item? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is a town-wide green communities local matching funds for 40,000. What this is, we put up 40 and they match it with 40. So the total would be 80, 40 from them, 40 for us. And this goes to the Green Communities Local Matching Fund grant.
Mr. Yule, just for clarification, this is part of one of your questions about the grants, where
Right.
we don't have that down as part of our capital outlay
Right,
program, because the grant is actually, it's a match, but it's a percentage of the whole project. And Jen would know better what the exact number is, but that is not, it's not 80,000, it's over 200,000. And just to answer your question about why it's not here for a vote is because it doesn't need appropriation, so it won't be going in front of town meeting. It's a grant, so it doesn't need appropriation.
right. But we're going to receive, according to the sheet, again, I'm holding it up, it's the yellow sheet based on source funding, $219,628. So if I'm understanding it correctly, we're putting 40,000 forward and we're going to receive $219,628 this year, fiscal 22, for the green initiative. If I'm misspeaking, town manager, please jump in.
No, that's the estimate. We're banking on this competitive round to put in for 200,000, and that will be likely matched. We're going above a little bit on it only because we have two important projects on the docket. It's the weatherization of both the Clara Barton and the Chafee School, as well as half the LED conversion in both of those schools. So we're keeping it just to the schools this time, but overall kilowatt hours we would save on a given year is somewhere in the vicinity about $28,000 annually to the bottom line. So, but we just give the 40,000, and we're hoping somewhere between 200 and 220,000 will be what the state will actually provide in actual project funds. And so it's a great option for us ever since we became a green community. This is our second full round. Last year, we benefited from over $164,000 in improvements that amounted to about $34,000 annually to the bottom line.
Right. So this is our seed money, if you will, for lack of a better way of saying it.
Exactly. And it will return, once we complete all the projects within 5 years, it will have a substantial change to the bottom line is for utility costs and energy savings.
Right. And I think the total over a 5-year period is like about $1.8 million or $1.9 million, something in that neighborhood, that
Yes.
as we move along in tranches to like you said, modernize our energy usage for the whole town across all our buildings. So
Absolutely.
okay. All right. So that's the $40,000 request for this Green Communities local matching. Do I hear a motion to accept that, approve that?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any other further discussion on that item? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Bezeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay, the next item is for the townwide digital community engagement board that we talked about up front of town hall for $45,000. Do I hear a motion to approve that request?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
All right, any discussion on that particular item? If none, do I?
Mr. Yule,
Yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay, so those approvals are total out of free cash, $1,700,000. And we had 500,000 coming out of taxation for the roads. So now we're at, the next request is going to be for a borrowing, a bond. We're going to go out and borrow this money, and this is for the fire department replacement of engine 1, rescue 1. We're replacing, I think we're consolidating from what I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, but my memory, 2 vehicles into 1. And it's for $685,000. And I also remember, because we're doing that, there were requests for extra hoses and extra nozzles, which weren't approved. And the reason they weren't approved, because we're going from 2 to 1 vehicles, which is going to save maintenance, but we're also being able to take a lot of the equipment off one of the vehicles we are replacing, because we're replacing 2, and using it for the other vehicles, which will eliminate some of the requests for extra hoses and nozzles, etc., according to our fire chief, Chief McDonald, if I recall. So I'm just giving you some background on this. So this will be a borrowing. So that being said, do I hear a motion to approve this request to go out to borrow to replace engine 1, rescue 1 with 1 vehicle for $685,000?
So moved.
Do I hear a second? Second?
Second.
Okay, Joan. Any further discussion, any questions on this particular item? If none,
Mr. Yule,
yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay, so that kind of concludes the capital request program, which totaled $2,000,008. That borrowing, or those fund sources, like I said, borrowing of $685, free cash of $1,007,000, and the $500,000 coming out of taxation. That totals $2,885,000. And as we talked or alluded to before, that also opens up the opportunity for another $219,000 in green initiative grants that will be coming from the state that we're not voting on this evening, because it's not going before town meeting, because it does not affect the budget process as far as approval, since it's not coming out of borrowing or taxation or free cash. So that being said, that call for vote to adjourn the capital request part of the meeting. Do I hear a motion to adjourn and close the capital request hearing?
So moved. So moved.
There is a second.
Second.
All right.
Mr. Yule,
Yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'd like to open up the Finance Committee meeting this evening. And the first item on that is the approval of our minutes from the March 31st meeting. And if there are any comments, changes, after you've all had an opportunity to review the minutes of the last meeting. If none,
Move we accept this printed.
okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Yes.
Mr. Yule. Mr. Yule,
Yes.
oh, Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Abstain.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay. So that brings us to approving the capital request, the budget request for fiscal 2022. And we start out with the moderator's budget, the manager, and the requested was $1,800 and the manager recommended $1,800. Is there any questions on that recommendation for the budget in 2022 for $1,800? If none, do I hear a motion to approve the moderator budget for 2022 of $1,800?
So moved.
Second.
Second, any comments on that particular line item? If none,
Mr. Yule,
yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Bacon,
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is the selectmen's budget for $44,650, which was recommended by the town manager. The request was for $45,750, so it's a difference of $100. So if there's any discussion on the selectmen budget from the town manager, recommendation of $44,650, $1,100, pardon me, I misspoke, $1,100 difference. But any comments on that? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay,
Mr. Yule,
yes.
Mr. Bacon,
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Casey.
Abstain.
Okay. Next item is the town manager's budget. Total is $415,691, what the manager requested. Any comments, questions on that line item of the budget? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Mr. Yule,
yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is the finance committee budgets for $101,300. Any comments or questions on that line item? The manager recommended the $101,300. If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
So, second.
Okay,
Mr. Yule,
yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is the finance department. The request for the finance department is for $1,137,122. Any questions on any of those line items in the finance committee department's budget? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Hear a second? Okay,
Mr. Yule,
yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Next item is legal services for $100,000. Any comments or questions on that line item? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right,
Mr. Yule.
yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Okay. Next item is Human Resources and Personnel Board. That's for $163,157. Any comments or questions on that line item? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Some.
All right,
Mr. Yule.
yes.
Mr. Bacon.
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Casey.
Yes.
Next item is Town Clerk, and that's for $221,762. Any comments or questions on the Town Clerk's budget for $221,762? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
yes,
The next item is land management, and the budget request is for $248,629 after $180,000 is being applied to the budget. Any comments or questions on land management for netting out to $248,629? If none,
Mr.
do I hear?
Yule, I think you should vote the entire number because
And
the
then do
motion-
the,
It's 428.
it's 428,629, less than 180. So we vote on the 428,629, the total number?
Mhm.
Okay,
yeah, because we'll make it in the motion at town meeting, the difference and how it's all going to be appropriated. So you want to approve the whole entire amount.
and then the town meeting will approve the application of the 180,000 as a separate line item or article, right?
Well, no, yeah, it'll be a separate motion.
Right,
So it'll be partly from taxation, partly from those funding sources.
right. So do I hear a motion to approve the 428,629?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey? Ms. Casey?
yes,
Okay, the next item is Memorial Hall. That's for $130,920 for Memorial Hall. Any questions on that line item? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
second,
All right,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
yes,
So that includes the general government part of the budget, which totals with everything that's been approved, $2,565,031, if I'm correct, Katie? Or is that that's without the 180?
I don't have that in front of me. I'm looking at the sheet that Trish put together, so
Yeah.
I don't see that it was broken down that way.
Well, I'm not going to try to do the math, but the next segment is public safety. And the first item under public safety is the police request for $2,752,951. $2,752,951. Do I hear a motion to approve the police budget for $2,752,951? If there are no comments, any comments, questions? If none, motion,
So moved.
second,
second,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
abstain,
Okay. The next item is emergency management services and fire, and that request is for $192,727.
No. 1 million.
Did I say that? $1,922,727. $1,922,727. Do I request any comments, or if none, do I request a motion to approve?
So moved.
second,
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
can I just ask one quick question? Did you say it was the 1,147,000 or is it
No,
the
it's-
1,922?
900.
It's the
Okay.
1,922,000. I know there's 775 that's going to be applied. for ambulance receipts, but that's a separate motion at town meeting, just like the 180,000 for the land management. It's a separate item on the budget when we go to town meeting and the attendees approve every one of these items separately at town.
Just wanted
meeting.
to make sure I heard you correctly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Thank you for confirming. I'm yes on that.
Okay. Did we take a roll on that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay. Next is Emergency Operations Center, and that's for $3,889. Any comments on that request for $3,889? If none, motion to approve.
so moved,
You're a second?
Second.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay, the next item is Animal Control, and it's for $81,880. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved. So moved. Second.
Second, any comments? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Next item is Public Works budget, and that's for $3,337,280. Any comments or questions on that request or that department's budget? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay, the next item is for municipal utilities budgets for $415,000. Any comments on the utility budget for municipal government? If none, do I hear a motion to approve the request for $415,000?
So moved.
second,
No comments? Go ahead.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Casey?
Yes.
Okay, that concludes municipal. Next item on the agenda is Council on Aging for $177,992. And you'll note there's an applied that's going to be separate of 15,000, but the gross is for 177,922. Any questions on Council on Aging's request for 177,922? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So Oh. moved. So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Any comments? If none,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Next item is the request for veteran service budget for $233,100, $233,100 for veteran services. Any questions on that? If none, do I hear a motion to approve that request?
So moved.
Here a second.
second,
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Next item is for the library budget. It's for $472,113. Any comments on the library request? If none,
Excuse me.
do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
second, right,
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
I didn't hear.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
All right. Next item is the community center budget for $268,500. Any comments on the community center request for $268,500? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Here a second?
Second.
Okay.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay, next item is the historical commission's budget of $1,250. Any comments on that request? If none, do I hear a motion to approve that request for $1,250 from the historical commission?
So moved. So moved.
Here a second?
Second.
Okay,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Next item is celebration budget for $9,000. Do I hear any comments? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Next item is debt service budget, $1,360,523. Any comments or questions on the debt service request for $1,360,523? If none, I hear a motion to approve that request.
So moved.
Second?
second,
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is the employee benefits budget for $7,678,946. Any discussion on that particular line item? If none, do I hear a motion to approve that request?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is for public access budget for $120,000. As you'll note in the detail, there's the 120 is being applied again. It nets out separate article at town meeting of 120, so it'll net out to zero at the end of the conversation. But we're approving the budget request again, like the other two similar items before applied income of 120,000. So do I hear a motion to approve if there are no comments or questions?
So moved.
Do I hear a
second,
second? Okay.
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
The next item is for the sewer enterprise budget for $440,132. Again, that item will net out to zero when you apply the income for the sewer receipts to it. It'll net out to zero again, but that'll be a town meeting. So we're approving the request budget, operating budget for $440,132 for the sewer enterprise budget. If there are any questions or comments, if none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
second,
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Casey?
Yes.
Okay, the water enterprise budget is for $97,194. Again, that will offset and come out to zero at town meeting when we apply the water receipts of $97,194. But we're approving their operating budget of $97,194 tonight. Any comments or questions? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved. So moved. Second.
Okay,
Mr. Yule?
yes.
Mr. Bacon?
yes,
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay, the school budgets are on here, Trish.
Very top.
The very top. Oh, they're, okay, they're all on the very top. Thank you. I see it. I was looking at the bottom here. Okay,
Yeah.
we have a school department budget for the Oxford School Department's request of $18,775,975. $18,775,975. Any comments or questions on the school department's request on their budget? If none, do I hear a motion to approve that?
So moved.
One quick question, sorry.
It's okay.
Sure.
I'm seeing the asterisks on my sheet and I don't remember discussing that during the previous meeting. Is that new or was that included previously, the asterisks around the salary for the school committee?
I think that was included.
I think it was included in their
Yeah.
department when they gave their detailed budget. I don't have it with me, but I think it was a line item on their budget. They listed the
Okay.
operating budget for all 4 schools and then the superintendent's office, and that was, I think, under that category of superintendents.
So we have to put, so any elected officials that are given a salary has to be disclosed at town meeting. So that's why that's there. It's just for the town meeting viewers.
So they understand that who's being paid, and the same with the selectmen, correct?
Okay, thank you
But I
for
think
clarifying.
it was included in under the superintendent budget, part of the budget. They
Okay.
broke out.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I'm so sorry. I have a question too. Are we voting for Bay Path separately?
Yes.
'Cause I know it's like there's an edge. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, so this before us is for the Oxford school system for $18,775,975.
So moved.
Here is second.
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 Yeah.
Okay, and no other further questions or comments? If none, do I take a roll vote?
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay. And the last item is for Bay Path. It's for $1,496,027. $1,496,027. Any comments on the Bay Path budget?
Nope.
If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So So moved. moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Okay, I think that concludes every line item on fiscal 2022 budget that we've, over the last 12 meetings. Well, that would be including the capital request that we've already covered. We've entertained and drilled down as far as detail. So I know we went through this real quickly. But we did spend a lot of time in the last 12 meetings going over all the details and asking the questions we asked to come to where we are this evening. So that being said, is there any old business before us? Any new business? Upcoming meeting dates? I think this is our 13th or 14th meeting since the fall when we started the capital request. So now we have before us what, the town warrant and the articles.
Mhm.
And when we're going to have that meeting, next week?
I'm not sure yet, no.
We're not sure.
Mr. Chairman, I will be unavailable for a meeting next week on the 14th.
Okay. Well, it doesn't appear that we're going to be, I know the warrant just closed at the end of
It
March.
closed on March 3rd.
March 30th, so putting it together. So we will be, our next meeting will be to review every article that will go before town meeting and make a finance committee recommendation on each one of those articles, which will include what we have just approved this evening on the budget line items, along with the applied receipts, capital request, all that will be as an article before the town meeting of the budget, along with other articles, so which we may defer to the planning board or may make a recommendation. So that's how that will go. And then once it goes to the town meeting, then it's up to the attendees at town meeting to vote yes or no. They have the final word on whether any of these articles that we have approved or recommended pass town muster or not. So that's the final outcome of town meeting. So, and that's in May. I think, what's the date? May 5th, right? I didn't want to misspeak. May 5th. So, and I think we'll meet, our next meeting will be to discuss the articles on town warrant.
Mhm.
And a date to be determined yet. And thank you, Joan, for sharing with us that you're unavailable next week. All right. That being said, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is
So
there a second?
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Mr. Yule?
Yes.
Mr. Bacon?
Yes.
Ms. Mazeka?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Casey?
Yes.
Thank you all.